think it's time. I'm gonna make the leap. I was very scared, but I'm very happy that I did.
I'm so excited to share this new episode of the Crochet Podcast with Allison, also known as WONDERCROCHET on social media. As she recently decided to go full-time on her crochet business, we will talk about her new life, her fears, and her biggest successes. Her positivity is truly inspiring, and I'm sure you will love this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it. If you are listening on Spotify, don't forget you can also watch the full episode on YouTube to access video and pictures. Hi Alison, thank you so much to be the new guest on the Crochet Podcast. I'm so happy to chat with you today.
Yeah, of course.
It's such a pleasure because I always see your content and we never got to talk, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you face to face.
Yes, very exciting. Thank you so much. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell me a little bit more about the Wonder Crochet because people know you as a Wonder Crochet, but we don't know you personally. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Allison. I own Wonder Crochet, and I started it about, I'd say, 3 years ago. So I started just uploading videos and patterns and everything, and it's really snowballed from there.
yes,
So it really just started out as me crocheting a lot during COVID times,
yeah,
and which is, I think, how a lot of us
it's a lot of
found crochet. Yeah. And then it's just kind of become a whole business now,
yeah,
which I had no idea that that's where we would be now, but
yeah.
I'm very happy that's where my life has taken me.
Yes, definitely. So, did you start? Did you learn how to crochet 3 years ago, or did you already know how to crochet before that?
Yeah, I learned how to crochet probably about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Um, I was working in the city, and I had time to kill before a meeting, and I went into just this little shop in the city.
Okay.
Um, it was the type of shop that had just a little bit of everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I found an amigurumi like a pattern book,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I have to learn how to do this. So of course I took it home, and I had absolutely no idea how to read any of the patterns.
Yes, it's very confusing.
Yes. So I started learning on YouTube and from books, and just fell in love with it, and I haven't stopped since.
Yes. Oh, So, so you tell me you didn't know it was supposed to be a business when you started like posting videos and stuff. What was your mindset when you decided to post your first reel or like pictures on Instagram? What did you think you were doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really got into crochet because it helps with anxiety, and during the pandemic, everyone felt kind of alone.
Yes.
So I wanted to just start posting my crochet works, because I wanted to find kind of a crochet community, and other people who just enjoyed doing it as well. So I started posting on TikTok first, actually.
Okay.
Um, I posted just my first video, me crocheting a very poorly made whale. Looking back, I'm like, oh, I can't believe people,
You have to send
commented
me
nice
the
things on
picture.
this. Yeah, I will. I definitely will. Um, so I just, posted it out there just because I enjoyed it so much and wanted to find other people who did as well. So it definitely wasn't thinking that it would become a business.
Okay.
It was just something that I enjoyed, and um, the more that I did it, the more I wanted to do it more. And I found a lot of just really nice people in the community. And then I found Animal Crossing patterns.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of the first niche that I went into for amigurumi, was creating these Animal Crossing patterns, and found a really fun community of other people doing that too.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how I started out. And then people were interested in buying those
Okay.
creations. And so I started doing custom orders. and then I started writing patterns for the Animal Crossing plushies. So that's kind of how it all started out.
Do you still do custom orders today, or you exclusively write patterns?
So I don't do custom orders anymore, just because I found that it's probably the most time consuming
Yes.
thing. But I mostly just do crochet patterns. I'll sell the plushies that I make, like ones that I already have made from patterns. But yeah, I don't do customs anymore unless it's for family.
Yes. It's always an
That will
exception,
never
right?
go away.
So is it your full-time job today? Did you have a full-time job when you started doing crochet and then quit, or do you still have everything today?
Yeah, so crochet is my full-time job since June. So it's
Okay.
still
Oh,
very
it's very
new.
recent. Yeah.
Yes. I was so I was working in corporate marketing actually.
Okay.
So I did that for many years, and I was working my full-time job and running my business at the same time,
Oh, wow.
which I know a lot of people do. It's a lot,
Yes,
but
I'm sure.
I felt that that's what, I needed to do for myself, for my family financially. Um, so I did that for years,
Yeah.
doing just full time and my business, and then my business just continued to grow the more time I put into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then this June, I was finally like, okay, I think it's time. I'm gonna make the leap. I was very scared, but I'm very happy that I did.
Yes, I was about to ask you that. Like, how do you feel about now doing that full time? Do you miss anything from the corporate world that you were in, or do you enjoy fully being a full time pattern designer?
I'm very happy to be doing this full time. Honestly, I feel so blessed every day that I get
Yes.
to do this. I never loved the corporate world. Some people are really made for it. I just feel like with my personality, I like doing things on my own just a little bit more. Um, and I like the control of having your own business. So I'm 100% happy with my decision, and
Okay.
I'll never go back, I always say.
Yes, it's that's how it's gonna be now.
Yes, it's in the past.
Well, that's amazing. Because you were talking about, a lot of people started crocheting because of anxiety, and it really helps with stress. Did you feel that it worked for you? Like, do you feel more calm?
Yeah, definitely. So when you're crocheting, you're thinking about the numbers and what round you're on, and those kind of stressful thoughts can't really
Yes.
come into your mind when you're crocheting. I think that's something that can help a lot of people out, and that's been an exciting thing about teaching other people how to crochet.
Yes.
Is I've heard that it helps a lot of people with stress and anxiety, and I love that for them.
Well, I'm so glad we can help people by creating pattern designs.
Yes, definitely.
You have a very big community on social media, on Instagram, on TikTok, and you also have a marketing background because you told me you used to work in marketing. Do you think it helped to grow your community?
I do, yeah. I worked in marketing for several years, and a lot of that saw growths of different social media networks. So
Okay.
I kind of got to see what worked and what didn't from a business perspective on the different social medias.
Okay.
So putting that back into my own business, I took kind of those same tactics and used them to market myself and market my products. So I definitely think that it
Okay.
helped out.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. And do you feel it's necessary nowadays to grow a community to have a successful crochet business?
For me, that's been kind of crucial in the growth of my business. I know that you can kind of do things in person. If you do markets and you sell that way. But for me personally, that's been the biggest growth for my business. So for example, I made a crochet s'mores plush, and the video just blew up on TikTok. And so from that, I got a lot of pattern sales, and that's still one of my best-selling patterns just because of that one video.
Okay.
So being able to use social media to grow your business and to be able to have more people see your products has been just great for my business.
So you are on Instagram, you are on TikTok, you are on YouTube also, right?
Yep.
And what is your favorite platform to post on?
Yeah, I think that YouTube is my favorite platform just
Okay.
because I really enjoy making long form content.
Okay.
It connects you a little bit better to your audience because they get to know you a little bit more.
True.
When you're just posting videos, short clips of you and your products, it's a little bit harder to get to know someone. But with longer 10, 15-minute videos, you can just share a little bit more about yourself. And
Yes.
I also like to ramble, so it's kind of the perfect platform for me.
Perfect.
But I've been enjoying just growing my community over there.
Oh, okay. And what type of content do you post on YouTube?
So I started out posting tutorials.
Okay.
So it's tutorials for different plushies or, like small things like hearts and, simple tutorials. And then I moved more into kind of fun challenge-like videos. So I'll do ones like crocheting for 8 hours straight. How much can I make?
Yeah.
Or like a color generator picks the colors that I use for my next project. And
Okay.
I've had a little bit more fun doing videos like that, because you make stuff that you probably wouldn't have before,
Yeah.
and it's just a lot of fun.
So when you say you do a challenge of crocheting for 8 hours, so you literally film yourself for 8 hours and you post it and you just show everything you made.
Yeah, that one was definitely a longer one. That took obviously all day to film.
Uh-huh.
But I'll show, short clips of me crocheting throughout the day and, checking in, and this is what I made. And for that one, I did ice cream cones. So I
Okay.
made crochet ice cream cones, and I think I made like 7 of them, and it was a lot of fun.
What did
My
you do
hands
with
hurt so
them?
bad though.
I'm sure, I'm sure. What did you do with them once you were done making them?
I sold them.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, I definitely didn't need 7 ice cream cone plushies just sitting in
to
my
keep
house.
them.
The plushies are already taking over.
And did you feel that people who watch the video were the people buying the cones?
Yeah. I found that after I posted that video, I had a big surge in pattern sales for the ice cream cone
Okay.
one specifically. And then people were also interested after watching it to buy one of them, which was really
Oh,
neat.
wow. So it's like a double shot. It's perfect. That's
Yes.
definitely a good marketing strategy. I love that.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah. So I talk to a lot of creators on the podcast, and some of them tell me sometimes they have to deal with negative comments or just some negativity sometimes in general. Like, how do you manage, if it happens to you, of course, like how do you manage dealing with that?
Yeah, it definitely happens. I think that when you choose to put yourself out on social media, unfortunately, that just comes with negativity. There's way more positivity, and
Yes.
I obviously try and focus on that. But with the negativity, if I feel like it's constructive, if I feel like it's something that can help other people, or it's something that I can respond to, then I will respond to it. If it's just negative to be negative, then I'll delete it.
Okay.
And it's just because negativity tends to snowball.
True.
So if some people see it, then they might feel that it's okay for them to say those things as well. And once again, if it's constructive, if it's,
Of course, yeah.
then I'll respond to it. But if not, we don't need it.
Well, I love your answer because it's just so smart, like to if you feel like it will help your community, like to answer, and if not, just like delete and move on, because that's true. Like I know sometime online you can see a lot of mean comments are liked by a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, well, so I think that's very smart just to not keep it on your page. It's a good way to, preserve your mental health for sure.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it is my page and my business. Obviously, I don't want to hide things from my community if it's something that can be improved upon, but
Of course.
protecting your space is so important. And I think a lot of people feel like they have to be very transparent and they can't delete negative comments, but if it's not constructive, then it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, no, you are 100% right about that for sure. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Of course.
So, so you told me you have a family and now you work full time on your crochet business. How do you manage everything to make it work?
Yep. So it's actually just my husband and I.
Okay.
So
Okay, I'm sorry
I
about that. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, you're fine. And I do work a lot, but
Okay.
I enjoy it, and he works a lot as well. So we're at the point in our lives where we can focus a lot on our
Yes,
careers, and on our businesses. So I do put a lot of time into it, but I honestly love every minute of it.
I'm sure. You know, it's so funny because I think we have a very similar life right now.
Yep.
Does your husband work from home as well?
He does.
Uh,
Yeah, he works.
Same team.
Yep. We're together all the time because I work from home and he does too.
So do you, I know sometimes I struggle with that, like, prioritizing thing, like if we plan, we have a day, we have to have a day. Like, do you struggle with that a little bit? No, you guys both work from home, so I know it can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And I struggle too with working too much, just because it's there.
Yeah.
So, I can step into this room and I can work as much as I want
Yeah.
or as little as I want. And just my personality, I just I I like to get as much done as I possibly
Yeah.
can.
Well,
So,
that's why you have a successful business today, I think.
well, thank you.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah. So it is important to kind of schedule time, and normally on Fridays I'll just work for half the day, and then we can go for a hike somewhere or
Okay.
do something together. And also on weekends I obviously work still, but I try to limit that time so that we can spend time together, because that
Mm-hmm.
is important.
So last time I was talking to Jade from All from Jade, and she told me she sets her phone on do not disturb to not receive like notification, and I started doing that. D- do you do that too?
I
Sometimes
actually
just turn
don't.
off.
I don't have any notifications. I have like sale notifications pop
Yeah.
up because they make me smile.
Yeah.
But like Instagram notification, I don't have any social media notifications.
Okay.
I don't have anything enabled ever. So if I am going to go onto social media, then I choose to go on there instead of like
Yes.
something pops up and I immediately feel like I have to.
Yeah. Yes, I understand. You have to preserve yourself. Mostly
Yeah,
like
I
social
had like
media.
everything enabled and it was just too much.
Mm.
I just anytime something popped up, then I immediately went to it, no matter what I was doing. And
Yes.
so just turning everything off and then choosing the times when I went on, that's what worked
Yes.
best for me.
And I feel that it also helps, to organize your day, to say, okay, now I'm gonna answer comments, but then I'm done. Because if not, you just go back and forth all day, and you realize you didn't do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. There are days where you can be consumed by just social media
Yeah.
because there's just so much there. Um, so I agree, prioritizing your time and saying like, this is devoted to, Instagram, or even this is devoted to scrolling and, liking and commenting on other people's stuff. And otherwise, I need to put it down. I'll
Yeah.
get sucked in.
So I did a little bit of my research, So I went on your blog. I saw you have free patterns. I also noticed that you are selling patterns. Is that your main focus for your crochet business, to have patterns?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the bulk of what I do is design new patterns, free and paid. And then also, the content creation and doing YouTube and things like that. That's the bulk of what I do.
Okay, so mostly digital, everything.
Yes,
Mhm.
mostly digital and mostly passive as well.
Yes. Can you explain to some people are listening to the podcast, don't know what is a passive income? Can you maybe explain it a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So passive income is anything that can kind of make you money and you're not actively doing it. So if you're, sitting at a 9 to 5 job and you're getting paid for that, then that's, active income. Or if you're making a product and you're selling that, that's active income.
Okay.
But for passive income, it would be anything like pattern sales, that you've already done the work. And obviously you need to do the marketing and everything for it, but you can get sales at any time and you're
Yeah.
not actively working on that. So when I started Wonder Crochet, I wanted to have the bulk of my work be passive, just because it gives you a little bit more freedom. If I wanted to go, take a vacation for a week and I wanted to, take off, then I can do that and I'll still be having that income as well.
Okay. Yes. So that's your basically how your business work, right? Like you feel you can go on vacation, still have an income and everything.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, I have a hard time stopping working
Yeah.
just because I do enjoy it and it's kind of my personality. But yeah, if I want to um, take a vacation, then that's nice because the business continues to run and it's
Yeah.
not me, having to pump out plushies and sell those.
Yes. Well, thank you about that. You, when you are selling patterns or offering free pattern, what makes you decide the one you want to offer or the one you want to be paid?
Sometimes I don't know. Honestly, sometimes I just pick one and I know that that's a terrible answer, but normally if things
No.
are a little bit more complicated, then I'll have it be a paid pattern.
Okay.
Also if I have kind of like a series going. So for example, I make a lot of animal patterns. Those are all paid patterns, just because it's just part of the series. I don't think that it would be fair to suddenly offer a similar pattern as a free pattern when someone has already paid for it.
Of course, yes.
Um, and I also do series on my free patterns as well. So I have pillow patterns, like you can see one right
Yeah.
there.
The Daisy.
Yes. All my pillow patterns are free patterns just because I feel like those are more they're easier patterns. You know, they're not that involved. And I have tutorials for those on my YouTube as well. So anytime I do a
Okay.
tutorial, that's a free pattern. But sometimes I'll make something new and I'm like, is this complicated enough? Is it involved enough that I feel like it should be a paid pattern, or is it
Mm-hmm.
free? It's always a decision I have to make.
Of course, like sometimes just the amount of work you put into a pattern also can
Hmm.
determine that. Yeah, I understand. So I know you do a lot of crochet pillows. Do you feel it's one of your signature?
I guess so. It's definitely become more popular. I made a sunflower pillow, and
That's
that's
how that's the first reel I ever made from you.
yes,
That's why I was asking you that, because that's how I met you.
I love that. I made that one, and it got a lot of traction. So I think a lot of people found me through that. So they continue to, you know, want those flower pillow patterns, and I love that. I really love making them. I like to get inspiration from like nature and things around me, and so making things like flowers and, you know, mushrooms and ducks and just
Yes.
cute stuff like that. I feel like it's becoming more and more my thing.
Oh, okay. So did you have a time of your business that you were looking into a specific style and now you feel that you found it, or did you always do the same thing?
No, my style has changed a lot over the years. Like I started with Animal Crossing creatures, and I made those with worsted weight yarn. So it definitely had a different look than what I make now.
Okay.
Um, I think when I made the switch from mainly worsted weight to like the fluffier yarns, I think that's when I started to find my style. And you know, as I started making more patterns, I just continued to find my style and my look. But there was a time there where I had no idea what it was. You know, I would make just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I definitely didn't have a style. I feel like I'm finally you know, getting into a groove where I have more of a look. But it, you know, it'll probably change in a year.
Yes, it just goes with the flow and with the mood.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I understand that. So after doing that for 3 years, what would you say are the or is the best part of your job, and what is the, let's say, the worst part of your job?
I'll start with the worst so that we can
Okay.
end with the best. I'd say that the worst part is any type of theft. Um, so I've had issues with websites stealing my patterns and reselling them, or issues with the same thing with my videos, you know, people pretending to be me. Um,
Wait.
and
Ow. Ow. Did they
yeah,
use AI or something?
no, like they would repost my videos on like a crochet page
Oh
and claim them
no.
as their own, and you know, try to sell my patterns. Um,
Oh wow. That went very far into
yeah,
like.
I mean that's definitely the worst. And unfortunately, it's happened several times this year.
Okay.
So I've had to send, you know, cease and desist letters and those types of things to
Like
get those taken
by
down.
mail? Did you have to like mail a
No,
letter?
I emailed them. So
Okay.
yeah, like had to talk to an attorney and everything like that, because it is copyright
Of
infringement. I
course.
think that
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I think that some people think that, you know, having uh digital things on the internet, that it's maybe not copyrighted, but it definitely is.
Yes.
So
I think it's good we keep saying that. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, it's definitely, so I, had to do several of those letters this year and get those taken down. So that's it never makes you feel good,
It's
anytime.
very time consuming also, I'm sure.
Mhm. Yeah, time consuming, and it takes a lot mentally as well, because it feels dirty, it feels
Yes,
dirty that someone would take the things that you work so hard on.
I know.
So that's the worst part.
Did it work?
It
Did
worked,
it,
yes,
okay,
yes,
well, that's very important. I'm very happy
yes.
that it worked. I understand how he can be hurtful, like literally hurtful. So I'm so happy you managed to make it work.
Yes, and I've seen this happen with a lot of other crochet artists as well.
Yes.
I'll see people selling bundles of hundreds of crochet patterns, and
Of
they're all
everyone.
stolen. Yes. And they're obviously, like, none of them are the same style. They're all
Yeah.
stolen. So I do want to say, if anyone's watching this and they're having an issue with, anyone who has stolen their patterns or anything, reach out to me and I'd be more than happy to help you get that taken care
You
of,
are
because
the
it's a
legal
hard
expert.
process. Not a legal expert, but I'll help you through it so we can get
Well,
it taken down.
well, thank you so much, because it happened to me, I think, twice, and honestly, I didn't know what to do. I just sent a message, be like, take it off,
Yeah,
But
and sometimes that's enough.
mm,
Sometimes sending a message and saying, "Hey, this is mine. Please take it down,"
yeah,
is enough. And then other times you have to go a little
a
bit
little bit
further.
further. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, if someone is listening and is struggling with that, please, I will put your contact info
Yes, I'd be
in the
happy to help.
description.
Yes.
And
Um,
what's the best part of your
yes,
job?
the best part. Um, the best part is making other people happy. I get some messages that are just so kind, that they make me cry.
Oh,
Like, for example, like, you don't think about like having influence over other people just when you're just posting your work.
hmm
You think of it from like a business mindset more so. But for example, I got a message from a woman who her daughter has autism and she's nonverbal, and she said that there's only a few things that will calm her down if she's, having trouble. And she said one of those is my videos.
Oh,
And she just, like, thanked me for, I was like,
oh,
that's so kind. And
yes,
thank you so much for sharing that. But it's
yes,
things like those that you don't realize you're doing. And when
yeah.
people reach out and tell you, I love it.
It gives you deeper purpose, I think, like because
Right,
there is a
right,
business
absolutely.
side, obviously, we live with our crochet patterns, but the fact that it brings a emotional side to it, I think is beautiful. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the fact like you can help people just feel better in their life is
Yeah,
not
and
easy nowadays, so if we can make people happy, I think it's like the best part, definitely.
absolutely. And that's why I try to keep my page and my videos as, like, upbeat and positive as I can, just because there is so much negativity. And
Yes.
if I can make you smile by, like, dancing around with crochet plushies, then great. I did my job.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's definitely true. Like I know the end of the year is always busy for a lot of crocheters. Is there is a project you are excited about, something you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so I'm always working on new patterns, and I have a few brand collaborations coming up that I'm really excited about.
Okay.
I'm doing a little redesign of the craft room here.
Okay.
You can't see it all because I'm hiding some of it.
Okay.
But I got to partner with a really cool brand with the redesign of the craft
Oh,
room. So
wow.
I'm really
I'm so
excited for
excited to
that to come
see.
out. Yeah. I'm making it kind of, just like a happy, safe space.
Yes. I think that's great. You have like one room, where you can be focused, work, also film your YouTube video because it's like a mini studio.
Yeah, absolutely. I started out with just a very small spot in the living room
Yeah.
for, my craft space. So it's definitely grown since then, and I feel very blessed that I get my own space.
It's like Amazon, it started very small and one day you're gonna have so much.
We can only hope, right?
Yeah. So thank you so much for answering all my questions. Everything was so interesting, very thoughtful. What can we wish you for the future?
I just hope to continue to grow, and I hope to just build a larger community of people who enjoy this as much as I do.
Yeah.
I hope that the different opportunities can continue to come, and I I have something exciting in the works that I can't quite
Okay.
announce yet, but it's coming soon, and yeah, there's a lot of cool patterns and stuff coming in the future.
Well, we will definitely keep watching your project, keep watching your video because
Thank
you
you.
really put a smile on her face. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, Alison, for being here today.
Of
If there
course,
is
thank you so
anything you
much for
want to
having
say,
me. This has been wonderful. And I
thank
love
you
how
so
much we
much.
have in common that we learned.
Yeah, yes, it's crazy. Well, thank you so much, Alison. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much for watching this new episode of the Crochet Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, to leave 5 stars, to leave a thumb up. It really helps more than you think. And I will see you very, very soon for new episodes. Bye bye.